Well, very good morning, and my pleasure this morning to come and spend some time with General Tillsley here in the international headquarters in Canada. General Tillsley, welcome. It's a pleasure. We're so pleased that you're able to come and just spare some time.
I'm especially pleased not being able to get to the Congress itself.
Right.
To be able to share, as we're going to do in these few minutes.
So you said before that you're playing again in the band.
After many years. They all know of my background and so forth. And to tell you the truth, after my wife was promoted to glory, I probably need the band more than they need me.
Right.
That's very true. And I said, if I'm trying to make some kind of a comeback, I'll be very happy at this stage in life to just sit in the second cornet section, and I'll do.
Sure.
And they want me back, I think, because of my influence. We've got a number of younger people in the band.
Sure.
And it's not just for the playing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, our son Mark, who is now our present chief, when he was in the States for 10 years, he played in New York staff.
Right.
So he's a great asset to our band still, because he's played in the meantime.
Right.
But with me, I'm telling you, to get back in corner, it's a struggle. After all these years.
Have you got enough puff to fill the corner? Yeah. Isn't that, General, the whole joy and what makes the Salvation Army band different? Or one of the things that you can have that massive culture. It doesn't matter how good a player you are. It doesn't matter whether you're in your 80s or whether you're the 14-year-old that's just coming up.
Right. Absolutely.
So what would you say is your fondest memory of officership?
Obviously the big meetings, seeing the inspiration of those meetings and seeing line mercy seats wherever you went. All those things were very important to me. But you know, the most important part of my ministry as general was meeting with individual officers and individual soldiers in many parts of the world where they were practically the only expression of the Army there. They were serving under very difficult circumstances, and to just be an inspiration and blessing and an encouragement to them was by far the greatest reward that I had.
What do you say the biggest challenges are then that we face? Well, obviously we're celebrating 150 years this year. What do you think the biggest challenges are?
Well, I think one of the big challenges will be being able to maintain our spirit of the internationalism of the Army. That has always been a passion with me. It's something that's very precious. The mere fact that we're having this Congress is an indication of the internationalism of the Army. And I think one of the great challenges the Army is going to face in the next few decades is in this very area, where countries are saying more and more, we want our own people to be doing this, that, and the other. And already it's happening where we can't get some people in as officers today. And I think that's going to increase. I don't think that's going to decrease. And people are going to say more and more, we want our own people doing it, as some of them are, even to this day.
So if you could turn that clock back and wind it back to your 21-year-old young Bramwell Tillsley, start thinking, would you do anything different now with your life?
I don't think I can think of one thing different. I all of my life have felt, look, I'm into this and I'm into it wholeheartedly, without reservation. Not that I felt capable of what would come along, but I said, God, as we go step by step, and that's what it is. You cope with one thing and then you learn to cope with the next thing. And by the time senior leadership comes, you've gone through a lot of these steps, even though you still may feel not really worthy and so forth.
What words of encouragement would you give to those delegates that are going to be descending on London very soon for this huge reflection, looking back over 150 years, but also the excitement for the Salvation Army moving forward? What would you say to them?
I would say just keep your heart and mind open to all that God has for you. I think way back to 1950, the International Youth Congress, I happened to be the youngest delegate from Canada at the time. I was only 17, and I had that opportunity of being a delegate to the International Youth Congress of that day. And when I look back now, it made such a phenomenal impact upon my life. You have no idea how God can use you if you'll just have a great big yes to Him and a great big no to self.
That to me seems the perfect place to stop this interview. Say yes to Him and note to self, we really appreciate the time that you've spent chatting with us
It's been a
today.
pleasure.
I've learnt a huge amount just from listening to you, so I
Oh,
really
thank you.
appreciate your time, and
Well,
I'm
thank
sure God's
you.
going to continue to use you strongly in the years to come. God bless you, General.
God
Thank
bless you. Thank you.